The Herdmans were the worst kids in the whole history of the world. They lied and stole and smoked cigars, even the girls, and they talked dirty and hit little kids and cussed their teachers and took the name of the Lord in vain and set fire to Fred Shoemaker's old broken down tool house.
And that's not all. Somebody sent 5 dozen donuts for the firemen, and the Herdmans ate them all. And what they couldn't eat, they stuffed in their pockets and down the front of their shirt. And they wrote this really, really, really dirty word on the back of Naomi Waddle's favorite turtle. And so now Naomi can't take it to the YMCA pet show. Her mother won't let her. What was the word? Oh no. And that's not all. They did it with fluorescent paint so it glows in the dark. And when you can't see the turtle, you can still see the word. And they put a whole bunch of tadpoles in the school drinking fountains. And Miss Barnes swallowed 2 or 3 by mistake. Somebody yelled, "Mildred, stop, you're drinking tadpoles." But it was too late. Did she get sick? Not right away.
And that's not all. Now I'm going to tell you about the Christmas pageant and what they did to that. There are 6 of them. Ralph, Imogene, Leroy, Claudia, Ollie, and Gladys. And they went through the Woodrow Wilson School like those South American fish that strip your bones clean. And they went around town the same way, stealing things and tearing things up and whamming kids all over the place. So it was hard to get away from them. There was only one safe spot.
Sweet hour of prayer, because there are no herdmen there. But Jesus loves us, as they say, because he keeps them miles away.
That's my brother Charlie. That's what he said when the Sunday school teacher asked him, "What is your favorite thing about church?" He said, "No herdmans." That made the Sunday school teacher mad, because all the other kids said nice things about God and Jesus and the good feeling. But old Charlie told the real truth. No herdmans.
All that other stuff is okay. The main good news about church is no herdmans.
Well, that's not a very Christian sentiment.
Well, it's a practical sentiment. Charlie was black and blue all last year because he had to sit next to Leroy Herdman in school.
Leroy? Is he the worst one?
They're all the worst ones.
Ralph's the biggest, so if Ralph gets you...
That doesn't make any difference. Gladys isn't big, but she's fast, and she's mean, and she bites.
I'm sorry I asked. Just stay away from all of them.
That's what I said. Stay away from them. Go to church.
Well, I'm glad to hear you feel that way.
Why?
No arguments about the Christmas pageant this year.
I don't want to be a shepherd again.
Well, just tell Mrs. Armstrong that you want to be a wise man.
I don't want to be in it.
Everybody's in it. Just think how I'd feel if I went to the Christmas pageant on Christmas Eve and my own children weren't in it. Think how your father would feel. You're horrible, wouldn't you, Bob? Wouldn't you, Bob?
Actually, I wasn't planning on going. Well, you know how crowded it gets. They could use my seat. I just thought I'd stay home and put on my bathrobe and relax. Besides, there's never anything different about the Christmas pageant.
Well, there's going to be something different this year.
What?
Charlie's going to wear your bathrobe.
You just thought that up, Grace.
Why don't you be Joseph? Elmer Hopkins will pay you a whole $1 just to be Joseph. Elmer is sick of being Joseph every year just because his father's a minister. Nobody wants to be Joseph.
Nobody wants to be in it.
What are you going to be in the Christmas pageant this year?
I'm always in the angel choir.
Well, there you go. Why can't Charlie be in the angel choir?
Because I can't sing.
Ha! From what I've heard in the past, that's not a serious drawback. The way in a manger to me sounds like a closet full of mice.
What do you wear at Angel Choir? Bed sheets? Oh boy, some choice. Bathrobe or bed sheets. Come on, let's go watch TV.
Now, you know that Mrs. Armstrong tries to make it a lovely experience for everybody.
Oh, Mom, Mrs. Armstrong just likes to run things.
She's right, you know. Helen Armstrong's in charge of the bazaar and the pageant and the potluck. She'd probably preach the sermon if anyone would let her.
Is that George Armstrong's wife?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe she'll try to run the hospital. That's where she's at. I saw George at the pharmacy. He told me his wife broke her leg this morning. She's going to be in traction for 2 weeks and laid up until sometime after the first of the year.
The first of the year? They're going to have to cancel Christmas.
She's in charge of Christmas?
Well, she's in charge of the pageant and the bazaar and the... Well, I feel sorry for Helen Armstrong, but who are they going to get to do all those things?
Yes, I'll take over the bazaar, Edna, if you'll want to do the potluck supper. I don't know what in the world we'll do about the pageant unless... Hey, how about Grace?
I just can't. I have company coming all Christmas week. How about Grace? Hello, Grace? Bob?
Huh?
I have to direct the Christmas pageant.
Does that mean I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't what you'd call four-star entertainment. Mrs. Armstrong breaking her leg was the only unexpected thing that ever happened to it. It was always the same old Christmas carols and the same old Mary and Joseph, the same old story. And that's what my mother was stuck with. That and Mrs. Armstrong.
Tell you again, Grace, how important it is to give everyone a chance. Here's what I do. I always start with Mary, and I tell them that we must choose our Mary very carefully because, well, after all, Mary was the mother of Jesus.
I know that, Helen.
Yes, and then I tell them about Joseph and how he was God's choice to be Jesus' father. That's how I explain that. Frankly,
I thought Miss Armstrong was in traction. How could she talk on the phone when she's in traction? What do you think traction is? When they put you to sleep?
No such luck. Bethany, salt and pepper, and napkins.
And I always say there are no small parts, only small actors.
You will save some for the rest of us, won't you, Charlie?
Leroy stole my lunch again.
How can you let him do that to you day after day?
How can I stop him? Where's the chicken?
Grace, where's the chicken?
Still in the oven.
You'll need to get someone to push the baby angels on stage, otherwise they get in each other's way and bend their wings. Bob could do that. And he could keep an eye on the shepherds, too. Oh, another word about the angel choir, Grace. Don't let them wear lipstick. They think that because this is a play, they have to wear lipstick and it looks terrible. And, well,
I'm coming.
Pardon me, lady. Can you spare some food? I haven't had a decent meal in 3 weeks.
Save it to you.
Well, I got lonely at the table.
No, Miss Helen gets lonely at the hospital.
Not as long as the phones are working.
I bet she told you, no small parts, only small actors. And to get someone to shove the baby angels on and make the shepherds shut up.
Why, yeah, she did. She suggested your father.
Does that mean I have to go?
oh, and Grace, don't get just anybody's baby for Jesus. Get a quiet one. Better yet, get two if you can. That way, if one turns out to be fussy, you can always switch them.
My mother didn't listen much to Mrs. Armstrong. She said Mrs. Armstrong was stuck in the hospital with nothing to do but think up problems. There weren't going to be any problems. But my mother didn't count on kid here.
You stole my dessert again.
How do you know?
Because it isn't here.
What was it?
2 Twinkies.
Yep, that's right. That's what it was.
Hey, Leroy, you think you're so great to steal my dessert every day? You know what? I'll even give you my dessert. I get all the dessert I want at Sunday school.
Oh yeah, what kind of dessert?
All kinds, chocolate cake and candy bars and cookies and Twinkies. We get all the fresh we want all the time.
You're a liar.
Ice cream and donuts and cupcakes.
Who gives it to you?
The minister.
Why, is he crazy?
No, I think he's rich.
Sunday school, huh? Hey, Ralph! That was sure the wrong thing to tell the herdmen, and sure enough, the very next Sunday, there they were in Sunday school, and just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant. What's a pageant?
It's a play.
Like on TV, what's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
And it's about Mary. Mostly it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
I am. Well, probably I am. I know the part.
Come on, everybody. Let's get started. Just set the benches up right in here. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's great. Okay, everybody, sit down and quiet. Now, okay, the music is started. If y'all get quiet. Thank you. Now, today we're going to decide who will play the main parts in the Christmas pageant. Y'all all have important parts to play. Just remember what Mrs. Armstrong always says. There are no small parts, only small actors. Isn't that what Mrs. Armstrong always says?
She always says that. She never says what it means.
Well, don't you know what it means?
I know what it means. I know what it means. It means that the short kids have to be in the front row of the angel choir, or else nobody can see them.
Well, not exactly. What it really means is even the angel choir is just as important as Mary.
Well, I don't think anyone is as important as Mary.
Well, naturally, that's what you think, Alice. I think Jesus is the most important.
Well, I still think it's the short kids.
No, you think you are
and
you're
it's
Jesus.
Everyone's important. Mary, Jesus, and the short people. Now, is everybody here? Beverly, will you go check in the hallway and see if anyone else is coming? Thank you. Now, whoever is in the angel choir needs to wear a white bed sheet. You need to ask your mothers if you... Now what? Oh! Make room for them. The Herdmans? What happened to Beverly?
I think she went home. I think she got sick.
Did she say she was sick?
She just left. All I did was I said, "Hi, Beverly," and she just left.
Well, will someone please remind Beverly of our rehearsals? The next 5 Wednesdays after school. Plan on being there for everyone.
What if we get sick?
You won't get sick. And whoever plays Joseph or Mary must plan on being there for everyone.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick, Elmer.
Well, Beverly got sick and we haven't even started yet.
Well, we don't know that Beverly got sick. Beverly, you're all right? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Here, let's find you a place to sit. Right over... right over here. Now, I want you all to think about Mary. We all know what kind of a person Mary was. She was kind and gentle and quiet. So whoever plays that part should try to be that kind of a person. So, do I have any volunteers for that part? Imogene, do you have a question?
No, I want to be Mary, and Ralph over there, he wants to be Joseph.
Yeah, right!
the names of our volunteers and we can decide later. Ralph Herdman has volunteered to be our Joseph. Do we have any other volunteers for that part? Elmer, did you raise your hand?
No.
Any other volunteers? Any of you shepherds? Very well then. Ralph Herdman will be our Joseph. And Imogene Herdman is volunteered to be our Mary. I'll just write that down. What other names can I add to that list? Maxine? Beth? Alice, don't you want to volunteer?
No, I don't want to.
I'll be married. Shut up, Gladys. I'm already married. You be a wise man.
The wise men are usually played by boys.
I'll be a wise man. Me too. Hey, Claudia, you want to be a wise man? Raise your hand. What's a wise man? Just raise your hand. What's left to be? Some angel. That. What is it?
It's an angel of the Lord who visits the shepherds in the fields. Thank goodness we have some volunteers. David, did you want to be a wise man?
No, I just wanted to say I can't be a wise man. I'm going to Philadelphia.
And why didn't you tell me that before?
I don't know.
What about a shepherd? Can you be a shepherd?
No,
Why not?
I don't know. My mom just said don't be a shepherd.
Well, I'm not going to be a shepherd.
Oh, yes, you are. What's the matter with all of you?
I don't want to be shepherd. Gladys Herdman hits too hard.
Gladys isn't going to hit anybody. She's an angel of the Lord who brings the good news to the shepherd.
And hits them.
Elmer, that's ridiculous. I don't want to hear another word about it from you or anyone else. Now, no shepherds may quit or get sick. That's all for today, boys and girls.
Finally.
But I expect to see you next Wednesday at 5:30. Alice, why in the world didn't you raise your hand?
Mrs. Bradley. Mrs. Bradley.
You don't know? I expected you to volunteer. Oh, don't you want to be married?
Mrs. Bradley, get out. Mrs. Bradley. Oh, come on, Alice. I don't know.
I didn't dare raise my hand. Imogene would have killed me. She said, I'm going to be marrying this Christmas pageant, and if you raise your hand or open your mouth, you'll wish you didn't. And I said, but I'm always marrying the Christmas pageant. And she said, go ahead then. Next spring, when the pussy willows come out, I'll stick a pussy willow bush so far down your ear that nobody can reach it. And it'll sprout there and grow, and you'll spend the rest of your life with the pussy willow bush growing out of your ear.
You know she wouldn't do that.
She would too. Herdmans will do anything. You just watch. They'll do something terrible and ruin the whole pageant, and it's all your mother's fault. Come on, Maxine.
Jane, Edna McCarthy, did you hear about the... Well, it must be Grace's fault somehow. How else would the six of them end up in the Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail?
Vera, Irma Slocum here. I just heard that Imogene Herdman is going to be married in the Christmas pageant, and is that a fact? All six of them? Vera, I live next door to that outfit, and I'd rather live next door to the zoo. Has Grace gone crazy?
Where did they come from? Who let them in? Imogene Herdman? What kind of a child is that to play Mary, the mother of Jesus? And where was Reverend Hopkins, I would like to know? He was what? Oh, visiting shut-ins. Well, I'm a shut-in and he wasn't visiting me. What's the matter?
I go down to church and I walk up to Silver
Tell them to go home. Oh, I feel so responsible. If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened.
If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened. do the best I possibly could, considering the circumstances. But now, I'm gonna put on the best Christmas pageant ever! And I'm going to do what the Herdmans. After all, they raised their hands and no one else did it. I don't care.
Good for you, Grace. The car's over here.
And you're going to help.
Does that mean...
Yes! You have to go! And the inn will be over here off stage. And then the shepherds will come in and gather around.
Where all the shepherds come from anyway?
What's an inn?
It's like a motel where people go to spend the night.
What people? Jesus? Oh, honestly, Jesus wasn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph went there.
Why? To pay their taxes?
At a motel!
Shut up, Ollie. Everybody shut up. I want to hear her. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning?
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
Imogene, this is the Christmas story from the Bible. Don't you know the Christmas story from the... Well, that's what this is, so I better read it to you.
I believe a good story. I don't believe that. Do you? That they've never even heard the Christmas story?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is, and they never went to church in their whole life, so your dumb brother told them we got refreshments. Now we have to waste all this time for nothing.
There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went up from Galilee with Mary his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant! She was pregnant!
Right? We all know that Mary was pregnant.
I don't think it's very nice to say that Mary was pregnant.
Well, she was.
I don't think your mother should say that Mary was pregnant. It's better to say great with child. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
My gosh, they didn't have room for Jesus?
They didn't know that the baby was going to be Jesus.
Didn't Mary know? Didn't he know? What was the matter with Joseph that he didn't tell them her pregnant and everything? What's a manger? Some kind of bed?
Well, the barn that they were in didn't have a bed in it for the baby, so they had to use whatever they could find. What if you had a newborn baby and you didn't have a bed for that baby to go in?
We put Gladys in a bureau drawer.
And there you have it. Didn't have a bed for Gladys, so you used something else.
Oh, we had a bed all right, only Ollie was still in it, and she wouldn't get out. She don't like Gladys. Remember how you don't like Gladys?
I think it's pretty smart of Ollie not to like Gladys right off the bat.
Anyway, a manger is a large wooden feed box for the animals.
What were the ones that closed?
The what?
It says it in here. She wrapped them in waddling clothes.
Swaddling clothes. Well, back then, people used to wrap their babies up tightly and in strips of material to keep them warm and cozy.
You mean they tied him up and put him in a feed box? Where was the child welfare? The child welfare is at our house every 5 minutes.
There was no child welfare in Bethlehem.
I'll say there wasn't.
There were shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them.
Shazam!
What?
Out of black night, with horrible vengeance, mighty marvel.
Gladys, I don't know what you're talking about.
The mighty marvel, an amazing comet. Out of black night, horrible vengeance.
But this is an angel of the Lord who comes to the shepherds in the field.
Out of nowhere, right? In the black night, right?
In a way.
Shazam!
Now, when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east, bearing gifts of gold and frankincense
that?
and myrrh.
What's that?
Oh, special things like spices and precious oil.
Oil? What kind of a present is oil? We get better presents from the welfare. Were they the welfare? The wise men?
have him put to death?
My gosh, he just got born. They're gonna kill a baby.
Whose Herod is this play?
Herod's not in this play.
He's out to kill the baby, and he isn't even in the play.
Well, somebody better be Herod. Let Charlie be Herod. And he said, go give me that baby. And they say, okay, because you're king and all.
But then they don't do it. They go back, get Herod.
I'm not going to be Herod.
No one is going to be Herod.
Jump gets stuck together and they go wipe out Herod. See, they're going to put one in. It's going to be me. And I'm going to get killed.
Forget about Herod. There's no Herod.
And I run away with the baby till the fight's over. Somebody ought to fix that innkeeper. Gladys, you wipe out the innkeeper. I can't. I'm an angel.
Let's take a 5-minute break.
See you, Harris. Well, I just went hanging around out in the barn. I'd go get a room.
Said there wasn't any rooms.
Well, then roll somebody out. I tell them I've got this baby and it's the middle of winter, so either get out or move over. I'd go after old Herod.
Yeah, I just seen the angel after. She could just bring like some thing or turn into a pile of ashes. Yeah, that. What's the name of this play? She never said.
Christmas pageant.
That's no name. That's what it is.
I know name. I'd call it Revenge at Bethlehem. Revenge at Bethlehem? The Herdmans thought the Christmas story came right out of the FBI files. At least they were after the right villain. It was Herod they wanted to gang up on, and not the baby Jesus. But the baby Jesus quit the pageant anyway. It was supposed to be Eugene Slocum, but Mrs. Slocum said she was not going to let Imogen Herdman get her hands on him, so we were stuck without a baby, and that bothered my mother. She kept trying to scratch up a baby, even at the last rehearsal. Alice, what do you keep writing in that book?
It's like a diary.
It is not. It's all about the Herdmans. Imogen curses and swears all the time. Ralph talks about dirty things. Mrs. Bradley. Mrs. Bradley called Mary pregnant? Gladys Herdman drinks communion wine. It isn't wine, it's grape juice.
I don't care what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her 3 times with her mouth all purple, and they steal too. If you shake the birthday bank, it doesn't make a sound because they've stolen all the pennies out of it. And every time you go into the ladies' room, the whole air is blue, and Imogen is sitting there in the Mary costume smoking cigars.
And you wrote all this down? What for?
For Reverend Hopkins and my mother and the Ladies' Aid Society and anyone else who wants to know what happened when the whole Christmas pageant turns out to be a big mess.
Come on, everybody. Alice and Beth, sit down please so we can get started. Come on, everyone. Let's get started here. Okay, now let's get quiet. Thank you. As you know, this is our last rehearsal.
Right? I just wanted to let you know that we're back in the kitchen making applesauce cake. We'll try not to bother you.
I guess this is your dress rehearsal. It's supposed to be. Edna?
Yes.
Didn't I hear that your niece had a little baby a while ago? A little girl?
Yes, she's 5 weeks old.
How would it be if we were to call your niece and ask if we could borrow the baby to use in the pageant?
Grace? No. I could make up some lie and say the baby's been sick or cranky or something, but the truth is, the baby is perfectly healthy and happy and beautiful, and we all want her to stay that way. We're certainly not going to hand her over to Imogen Herdman. Sorry, Grace.
Mrs. Bradley, you can have my little brother for Jesus.
David, I didn't know you had a new baby brother.
He's not new. He's 4 years old, but he's double jointed and he could probably scrunch up.
I'll get us a baby.
And how will you do that, Imogen?
There's always 2 or 3 babies in carriages outside the supermarket. I'll just grab one of them.
Imogen, you can't just walk off with somebody's baby. We'll just forget about the baby and just use a doll instead.
Yeah, that's better anyway? A doll can't bite you.
Imogene, you know that Mary didn't wear earrings.
I have to wear these things. I just got my ears pierced, and if I don't keep something in them, they'll grow together.
Not in an hour and a half, they won't. What did your doctor tell you to do?
What doctor?
Who pierced your ears?
Gladys.
I bet she did it with an ice pick. I bet Imogene's ears will turn black and fall off.
You're just gonna need to find something smaller then. And is this your costume? Is this what you're going to wear? You're all supposed to be wearing your costumes today.
I can't find my halo. My wings got all bent. Janet's got my robe. My mother doesn't have any white sheets. Can I wear a sheet with balloons on it?
No.
I don't have any costume. I was never a shepherd before.
You have to wear your father's bathrobe. That's what I have to do.
My father doesn't have any bathrobe.
What did he hang around the house in?
His underwear.
Okay. Pretend like you're wearing your costume.
Are we going through the whole thing?
Yes.
Oh.
But we're going to start with your entrances. So everybody go backstage where you belong. Please take the benches in my chair when you go. Maxine, just say the last few words before each entrance, okay?
Shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night.
And music, shepherds.
And an angel of the Lord of Shazam!
Oh,
Out last night! Horrible vengeance!
Gladys, no, for heaven's sakes, Gladys. Go ahead, Maxine.
A multitude of the heavenly host.
Music, angels, music, wise men.
I've got the baby here! Don't touch him!
no.
I named him Jesus!
No, Mary doesn't say anything. Nobody says anything. Mary and Joseph, just make a lovely picture for us all to look at and think about Christmas and what it really means. Now, put the doll back.
I don't get to say anything. Some angel tells me what to name my baby. I would have named him Bill.
What a terrible thing to say.
What angel was that? There's angels all over this place. Was that Gladys?
No, Gladys is an angel of the Lord who brings the good news to the shepherds in the fields. Gladys, are you back there?
Yeah. Unto a child is born. Unto me, not them, me. I'm the one that had the baby.
No. That just means Jesus belongs to all of us. Unto all of us, a child is born.
Why did they let Mary name her own baby? What did that angel do? Just walk up and say, name him Jesus?
Yes!
I know what the angel said. She said, his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace.
My God, she'd never get out of the first grade if you had to write all that.
My baby! Bradley, what should I do? Should I just start over?
5 minutes, Maxine. 5 minutes.
That was a bad idea. We never did start over, and we never did go through the whole thing. The 5 minutes turned into 15 minutes, and Imogene spent the whole time smoking cigars in a lazy room. Then Mrs. McCarthy smelled the smoke and called the fire department, and they came right away. The church, looking for a fire they found was in the kitchen. All the applesauce cake got burned up. Of course, all the Ladies' Aid Society was mad about that, and Mrs. McCarthy was mad, and boy, was my mother mad.
Why in the world did you call the fire department about a little smoke?
It was a lot of smoke. The ladies' room was full of thick smoke.
No, it wasn't. You just got excited. And now look, the streets are full of shepherds climbing all over the fire trucks and baby angels crying. Couldn't you tell it was cigar smoke?
No, I didn't know it was cigar smoke. I don't expect to find cigar smoke in the ladies' room at the church. Oh.
We have an audience. We will now be having a 10-minute intermission.
The bathrooms and the drinking fountain are over there. But be careful. Imogen might be in the ladies' room smoking cigars. The food and drink is over there, but you have to go around. Otherwise, Gladys might get you.
Imogen, get him! Alice Wendleton's mother was mad about the fire, too. And Reverend Hopkins said he didn't know what to think. He said he thought nobody was even going to come to the pageant. Charlie and I didn't think so either, but we were wrong. On the night of the pageant, everyone came, just to see what the Herdmans would do.
Watch your step. Here, let me get the light.
Can't even see where I'm going. I don't know what in the world you expect to do with this thing.
Well, I thought it might look like a palm tree. See now that it doesn't. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. We haven't even gone through the whole thing once. Herdmans still think it's some kind of a spy story. It's going to be the first Christmas pageant in history where Joseph gets in a fight with the wise men and Mary runs off with the baby. Where are the kids?
Oh, all the kids in the world are down in the basement putting on bed sheets.
No, I mean our kids.
We're here.
Where's your costumes? You're supposed to have your costumes on. It's getting late.
It's just going to be awful, you know. The Herdmans look like trick-or-treat. Their costumes are all fastened together with safety pins, and they're wearing their moldy old sneakers. They look like refugees or something.
Well, that's what they were. Mary and Joseph, I mean. They were refugees in a way. They were a long way from home. They didn't know anybody. They didn't have any place to stay. They were probably cold and tired and hungry. And messy.
I don't know about cold and tired, but they sure are messy.
Oh, do you think I should,
I think you worry too much. Now, I'm going to push baby angels out on stage. And I'm going to hand out shepherd's crooks. And I'm going to push them out on stage. Just when do I do all of that?
Oh, here. Just follow the script.
Angels, shepherds, wise men. Doesn't seem to say here where the fire engines came in.
Oh!
Just kidding.
Come on, everybody. Have everybody come and sit down right here so I can take a look at you. Oh, you're so beautiful, yes. Gladys, where's your halo?
Our cat buried it. Listen, I think I have to say something besides the baby cave. Why would they all get up and tear off after some baby they don't even know? I ought to tell them it's Jesus, and I ought to tell them where he is.
No, Gladys. All you say is, unto you a child is born. And that's all you say. Now, let's everybody go backstage and be quiet while people are coming. And good luck.
Mrs. Bradley, actors don't say good luck.
I
They
know.
say break a leg.
No, I-
Break a leg!
Oh! For those of you who don't know, it's a theatrical This is a baby. For tonight, anyway. It's the baby Jesus.
It's a ham.
A ham? I bet they stole it.
No, I think it's the ham from the welfare basket.
You mean it's their own ham? They must hate ham.
Well, even if they do hate ham, Alice, it's the only thing they've ever given away in their whole lives.
Being warned in a dream that they should not return to their own country, the wise men departed another way. The shepherds also departed, praising God for all that they had seen and heard. But Mary kept all of these things and pondered them in her heart.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in sleep in heavenly
Beth, look, Mary's crying. Mrs. Bradley, Mary's crying.
Hey! Unto you a child is born!
You know, I can't believe that was Imogene Herdman and all the rest of them. You know, Irma, I think this is the best Christmas pageant we ever had, and I'm not sure why, but I think it was them. Could that be?
Well, you know me, I always get a little weepy and everything at these things, and I guess it's just the children and the carols and everything, but you're right. This was the best Christmas pageant ever, and it should have been the worst.
You know, there was just something different.
Well, the angel of the Lord was different.
Yes, but I like that hat spirit. Sometimes you can't even hear the angel of the Lord. I'm going to find Grace and tell her.
I just wish now I would have let her have Eugene to be the baby Jesus.
Who was the baby Jesus?
Well, it was a doll.
Oh, Irma, I don't think so. That was no doll.
Well, it did seem that.
It did seem real, as if it might have happened just that way. We all thought the Christmas story was about Jesus, but it was really about a newborn baby and his mother and father who were in a whole lot of trouble. No money, no food, no doctor, no place to go, and wise men arriving from the east with gifts. The Herdmans gave a whole different meaning to the Christmas story. Imogene birthing the baby, and the wise men bringing such a sensible present. After all, you can't eat frankincense. And even Gladys, he's in the barn, go see him. So the shepherds wouldn't have to stumble all across the countryside. But, you know, I guess it wasn't that way for Imogene. For her, the Christmas story was all wonder and mystery, as if she had just caught on to what it was all about. After the whole thing was over, we had a party down in the church's basement, but the Herdmans didn't stay. They didn't drink any of their cocoa, and they didn't walk off with all the cookies. They wouldn't even take their candy canes.
Well, I guess that about does it. Are there any kids left down in the basement?
No, they're all gone. You know you have your robe on. You're not going to wear it, are you?
Why not? Maybe somebody will think I was a shepherd. I wouldn't mind being mistaken for a shepherd in this Christmas pageant.
Oh, yes, you would. After the pageant, some lady came up to me and hugged me because I was a shepherd. Should I take this ham?
Oh, it's the herdsman's ham. It's from their welfare basket. They won't take it back either. Leroy Herdman said, it's a gift and you don't take back a gift.
Leroy said that? They must hate ham. You and Alice Wendell can.
What about these lights?
Oh, they're on a timer. They go off by themselves at midnight.
Well, that's not far away. It's almost Christmas.
It's almost Christmas. I haven't done any of my Christmas shopping yet. You think shop clothes still open?
Does that mean I have to go?